Hi, it's Splinterverse. In this video, we're going to be talking about the D&D content on the channel and how to get involved if you're a third-party publisher of D&D related material. First, I'd like to talk about a new series that's going to be starting later this month. It's going to be a podcast slash video series where I interview a creator of a Dungeons and Dragons publication. Whether it's through the DM's Guild or DriveThruRPG or somewhere else, I'll be talking to a creator, asking them about their history with the game, how they went about creating the book, etc. So if you'd like to be considered as a creator to be interviewed for that, email me. There's an about section on the website, on the YouTube website for this channel that you can click on. It has my email. Just email me there and let me know you'd like me to consider your publication. You'll want to attach the book and give me a description of who I'd be talking to, all that good stuff, so I know what I'm looking at, and I will get back to you either way. Then we do have a new series that just started today. The first episode premiered. That's going to be coming out weekly, where we go through the new releases from DriveThruRPG and DM's Guild. That should be a fun one. We're going to showcase hopefully 40 titles per episode, so 20 from each site each week, if we can find that many. I mean, we reserve the right to kind of tweak those numbers, if we need to. But I want to kind of talk through the criteria for selection for that. Please don't submit for that. I kind of want to just go in and just see what pops out, what jumps out at me. If you're submitting, it might sway me, and I'd just rather not be swayed. I want to just be like a casual viewer for the new releases series. And for that, the criteria I'm looking for is that the book has to be Dungeons and Dragons related. It can be any edition. It can be Pathfinder. It can be OSR, Osric, 5e, whatever. Nothing against these other types, but there's certain types of publications I'm going to exclude just because we do have to whittle it down to 20, because there are usually quite more than 20 per week published. So we're not going to talk about magazines or newsletters that are published through those channels. We're probably going to skip some low effort books. So if the pages are 5 pages or less, we'll probably skip a lot of those unless something grabs us on it. If there's no description on the catalog page, that's going to be probably a no. We don't want to cover more than one book by the same publisher in the same episode. So, if we talk about publisher ABC, one book, we're not going to talk about the same book from publisher ABC in that same video. Just not fair. We want to give exposure to as many authors as we can. We're not going to be covering bundles, because those books in the bundles might have been covered elsewhere, and it's really meant to focus on individual titles. We're also not going to be talking about software, including Fantasy Grounds versions of books. That's kind of a niche within a niche. So, definitely recommend people checking those out if they like Fantasy Grounds, etc. But for the purposes of new releases, we're going to focus away from that. Nothing wrong with it. Just have to narrow it down, right? Too many things. We're not going to talk about stock art or clip art, or other publisher resources, because this is really geared towards people that want to just sit on the couch, find out about new releases without having to click through all the pages themselves. They can just sit back, let it wash over them, enjoy, maybe find a title that they're going to pick up. So that's what we're hoping, get some more exposure for some of these smaller publishers. One of the rules that we might not always follow is we really needed to have a quick preview or a full-size preview that we can look at while we're talking. Might ignore that a couple times here and there, but generally it's nice if we can show a couple pages, etc., as we're going through the new releases. So again, don't submit for that. We're going to keep kind of just looking through and see what jumps out every week. And, we apologize if we didn't pick yours, but there's so many, and, the video would be 10 hours if we covered every single title that was coming out. And, if we didn't get one of your books this time, maybe we'll get one of yours next time. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to branch out into interviewing creators. We're also going to, maybe do some reviews of books, but we're not going to interview creators of books that are like a couple pages. That's just not enough. There's not enough meat there to really do an interview. So keep that in mind as well when you're submitting. But the whole goal of this is to take the channel in a new direction. Historically, the channel was focused on a game called Hex Shards of Fate, which has since shut down. We do have daily videos coming out for that game all the way through October 2021, and we're not going to take those down. That's the only thing left of Hex that's new and coming out, so you'll see those every single day if you subscribe, and we hope you do. But the focus is going to move more and more to D&D content because we are creating books. We've got a second one that's almost done. It's going to come out in June or July at the absolute latest. And then we've got a bigger one coming after that. So stay tuned for that. Please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, check out the links in the description. You can check out our books or any of the books on the new release list that'll help support the channel. And until next time, happy adventuring.